Welcome food fans, picky eaters, the flavor curious, and everyone in between. Nothing makes good food better than good conversation, and your table is ready. Welcome back to another episode of the Food for Thoughtcast with your hosts, Melissa Reagan and Steven Gonzalez, but you can call them Chef. All right, let's get this episode started.
Hey there, food fans. Welcome back to the Food for Thoughtcast with me, your host, Melissa Reagan, and my co-host with the most, Chef Steven Gonzalez. What's up, Steve?
You know, you just sparked a nerve right now. You had to go off and say something about beans.
I did.
Right before
I've
you hit
insulted the beans.
And I was doing so good.
I was
and I'm
expecting.
Still doing fine.
You're totally fine. I was expecting you to have some shenanigans in that opening, but
gosh, what happened now?
Hey, you can watch this on YouTube, or you'll never know.
You know, things are good. Everything's going very well. It's finally starting to warm up in Texas, and I can't complain. And
There's a filter on the blinds. Anyway, starting to warm up. What does that mean? In the 30s? Is it in the 30s?
So we are getting up to the 40s during the day. And
ooh, get your shorts out.
20s at night. Yeah, exactly. The other night it got down to a whopping 6 degrees, which is cool.
Literally,
it snowed, and we're getting back to normal. So we're getting food at the stores, and customers are coming back. Life's
nice.
Good. How are you?
Life is good. It is 31 degrees right now with a low tonight of the low today was 14 and the low tomorrow is 20. Okay. So that's where we're at. I just went ice skating to walk the dogs, but it was fine. They enjoyed it. Apparently they have great traction on their paws, so they just pulled me and my life flashed before my eyes. The solid 5 feet skid. It was fantastic.
I think last night I got home and I could not open my gate because it was frozen shut.
I
had a ticket, and then everything on the ground was just very slippery. So I got a box of salt.
Did you fall?
No, fortunately I didn't, because I had groceries. And I threw a bunch of salt on the ground and just let that ice kind of do its thing. And yeah, now it's, like I said, let me see, how hot is it? 47 degrees right now in Texas at this current moment.
Wowzer. I saw a magnificent meme that I think you would really, really enjoy. For those, here's the context. In North Carolina, we don't put rock salt on the roads. We use brine. Brine is like 2 to 2.5 pounds of rock salt per gallon of water is the ratio. And I learned that this weekend and brined my own driveway. But the meme said that they've been brining the roads for 2 days now in North Carolina, so they must be really juicy when you cook them.
That's pretty funny.
That was fantastic. I was like, it's two things together: road conditions and a food pun. Like it.
See, my problem would be that my driveway would smell like different
bay leaves and
garlic,
cumin.
And, all sorts of stuff. So,
Steve, it's time.
For
what was the most amazing thing you ate this week?
Isn't it? So, everyone went grocery shopping, getting ready for the cold.
Yes.
Bravo and cheers to them. And so it got me thinking, you know what we need to do? We need to do a kitchen purge soup. So
yes.
People are eating their food. Great. I'm sure there's lots of things that are still in their fridge. So I got a lot of vegetables, mirepoix, garlic, mushrooms, tomatoes, sausage, pre-cooked chicken that we had from the crock pot. What else do we do? Broth. We basically, just like I said, just cook it all, let all those flavors marry. The tomato bouillon was really good. Made it taste like I've been cooking it all day. And then for the piece de resistance, I got Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, and put it on top like it was sour cream. Pretty
Yeah,
darn
you
good.
did.
Pretty darn good.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So
That
that
sounds
content will be coming
amazing.
up probably sometime soon.
I saw the teaser in your stories and I was like, yes, I hope we talk about this soup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
You
what
know the only
else?
thing I forgot with that?
Yeah.
I have half a loaf of sourdough bread, and I forgot to toast the bread and make like a grilled cheese to go with that. But I mean, the soup itself was filling, but crunchy bread with the soup, always a home run.
Is it gone? Is all the soup gone?
There's plenty of soup left over. I would send it to you, but it would probably slosh through the box, and it would be a soggy box by the time you get it.
You could freeze it in a giant block. It will not thaw out outside on the truck. That's for sure.
Right.
I'm just saying. You could ship an ice cube right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't know. What about
But
you? What's the most
I guess-
amazing that you had?
I guess what I'm getting at is you still have time to make a sandwich to go with it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Now I'm full, so there's also that.
I made I had a little bit of the same experience. I was fully predicting that the power would go out, as was a lot of the state was really predicting that we would have rolling power outages. And so I was fully prepared to cook in the fireplace if needed. And I was thinking about like, okay, what do I need to use first in the kitchen so that I can, if the power goes out, I don't have to worry about storing everything to keep it good. I was like, my fallback plan is it's going to be so cold that I can put a bunch of stuff in a cooler with bags of ice from the freezer and it'll be fine outside, like some perishables.
Right.
But on Saturday night, I was like, let's cook a couple things that I could easily reheat on a little foil pan in the coals if I had to, like very worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And so I ended up making a chicken broccoli fettuccine Alfredo casserole.
Nice.
It was great. So I used up a bunch of just rando cheese from the fridge. So if you can kind of think about it as if I essentially made broccoli cheese soup and used it as a thick sauce with like pulled rotisserie chicken, roasted broccoli, and pasta.
Right.
And then I put red pepper flakes. I ended up putting some Cholula on top and then grated parm. It was delicious. So
Sounds like it.
it did not disappoint. And in this day and age, if I can find something that I'll eat 3 or 4 times in a row, like, it was hitting, because sometimes I'm just not about it. I'm not about the leftovers.
I'm trying to just eat up everything in my fridge. My wife keeps saying, "Oh, we'll just go to curbside and this and that," and I keep reminding her, like, "Hey, that's not a good idea right now.
It costs money."
That, and you might want to wait a little bit because everyone and their mom is going to be doing curbside to catch up. So, yeah, but it's just staples, water, eggs, nothing crazy.
Yeah, or just people are still hoarding the toilet paper like it's COVID.
They're still doing that over there in North Carolina.
Yeah. Well, just all over the internet. Apparently, it's a thing still in places. Milk, bread for all those milk sandwiches, all that French toast, and then toilet paper. So,
well, I mean, I get it, I understand, but like here in Texas, at least in my part of Texas, it was only for a few days.
Yeah.
Right. Down in the border where I'm from, like where my parents are, it froze, but they didn't get snow or precipitation, so it was just cold. People still were buying, and that's great. Like I said, bravo to the people who are getting prepared for it. That's cool, but I just think it's a little bit of overkill. Again, that's my opinion. You can take it or leave it.
So for the amount of people in this state that don't know how to drive in any weather, yes, I'm talking about North Carolina. Now it is on a recording. I said what I said. There were a ton of people still willing to risk their lives for DoorDash and Instacart. So, I mean, I was able to get a rock salt delivered and a shovel, and granola bars. And I'm like, hey guys, is it real serious? But I'm like, okay, but if you're going to deliver, I'll order it. That's your problem. That sounds like your problem.
All the Instacart shoppers apparently were charging premiums and Ubers and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean,
well, I have Dash Pass, so I was like, if you're going to deliver this for free and I'm not going to get charged anything extra, then you're like, yeah, I'm going to get some almond milk and some firewood. Like that's what we're doing. So
I'm just, my unpopular opinion right now is like, I'm ready for summer.
I want spring for. I told somebody online this week, a dear friend of mine, that I want the weather to be higher than the number of my age. That's all I want. Just 41 would be great. That's all I want. You can still do salad and sandwich when it's 41, but that's teen stuff is a little bit ridiculous.
I finally got to go back to the gym today after like taking like 5 or 6 days off, and I'm not gonna lie, I've definitely got some cabin fever or had some cabin fever.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just kind of going crazy, saying things I wouldn't normally say, you know, like I want to go to the gym. Where did that come from? You know,
who said that?
I'm ready to go run. What? Who said that? Yeah, exactly.
Do you hate running?
I'm not a big fan of running. I'm not bad at it, but you know, like I lost all my endurance in a matter of like 4 or 5 days, which it's so easy to do, you know, because running 3 miles in itself it's rewarding, but it's not fun for me. But I do it because it's good for your health. It's good for your body and all that. It's bad for your knees, depending on what kind of shoes you use. But like, I had it down to about like 26 minutes, and now I'm back up to like 28. So, you know, there's that. It's fine. It's fine.
Hey, there's a lot of people out there that would kill to run for 5 minutes. So keep on doing what you're doing.
Trying.
Keep on doing what you're doing. I don't run unless anybody's chasing me, or maybe I'm chasing like a taco truck. That's it. Or the ice cream man. So, no need to run. I will straggle and be caught. If you guys are being chased by something or someone, I volunteer as tribute. Like just go run on ahead and I'll be back here.
You know, fun fact, there's an increase in sales in ice cream when it's snowing outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's my favorite time to eat ice cream because it doesn't get melty, and I get that from my mother, straight up.
I like soft ice cream. I get it, but if it's cold outside, I'm having like hot cocoa or something, not ice cream.
Well, I had soup, and I had that pasta, and I had oatmeal for breakfast, and I also had ice cream. It was delicious.
Speaking of which, random question.
Random ass question, go.
Okay, so I have cocoa mix. I have roasted sweet potatoes. What do you think would happen if you made like a cocoa, you put a little bit of that sweet potato and you blended it up? Do you think that would actually be good?
I'm not down with that, but I would use the hot cocoa as to make your sweet potato brownie recipe, but it would be hot cocoa sweet potato brownies. Like I wouldn't drink that, never. But I would use it as the flavoring.
It would thicken up almost like a milkshake, but it would not. I mean, like not a milkshake per se.
I'm not down with a cold starchy thing in that way.
Well, no, you'd heat it up. It would all get hot.
Or that. I'm not doing it, Stephen.
Wheels are turning right now. Well, because before we got on this podcast, my wife was saying you need to make your sweet potato brownies, and I was thinking about that, and I'm just like I've done my recording for the day. I'm podcasting, and I sat down, and now I'm being a lazy person. So it's like
just an opportunist.
What would be like?
I would totally go the brownie route, but I wouldn't drink that, not hot or cold. I think that's weird. But that's just me. It's a texture thing for me. It doesn't matter how I'm like, I just don't want a starchy thing in a blended atole. Well, no, I wouldn't put chocolate atole. Yes. Sweet potato. No, nope. Atole is hard for me because I don't like that's why the oats overnight, it does not work for me. I'm like, yeah, if you make it really thick, I'll eat overnight oats with a spoon. Like that sounds like a punishment to me, like drinking that oatmeal mix out of a shaker bottle, and they put chia seeds in it, and I'm just like, that's a texture nightmare. I don't want that.
I actually like that.
Ooh, gross. Hey, More power to you. I don't mean to yuck your yum there. But like I'm just like I'm not
You
about
don't,
it.
but you are.
I can have an
Yeah.
opinion too.
It might be wrong.
I'm trying to yeah. Everybody has wrong opinions. I'm working on eggless. I'm working on perfecting my oat milk cookies, but eggless. And for no other reason except for I think we've discussed this before. When the price of eggs got really high, I got really fascinated by all the things you can do without. So I've got eggless pancakes that I really adore. Eggless waffles are super easy. Eggless muffins, eggless cake, eggless cupcakes. But cookies are a little bit of a different animal. So I made a batch of oat milk cookies last night. This was kind of a cabinet purge as well. Yeah. And I wanted some different flavors in there. Like my go-to would be like cinnamon, and I love golden raisins, but I was like, no, I want to see like what else. So instead of that, I did ginger, cardamom, coconut, walnut oatmeal cookies.
Sounds good.
Very low sugar and no eggs and no dairy. So nice. They're actually really, really delicious. They had like 6 ingredients, and they baked in like 12 minutes. And I love a crunchy cookie, and they're crunchy. So I scooped them out, but then I like pressed it down with a fork because I wanted it to have more contact with the sheet pan so that it would get some crispy edges. I didn't have chocolate chips. I didn't have craisins. Those would have been my first go-tos. But I had a lot of fun making them. And so I think I'll up the cardamom next time, like a cardamom freak. But I really, really enjoyed it. But I was thinking about the texture of like, if I blended the oats, that would be really, really good. They'd be like really smooth cookies. And then the other thing I was thinking about was doing like orange and lemon zest in there. And I had to make some pretty interesting swaps. Are you ready for this, Stephen? This is going to blow your mind. Unbeknownst to me, in the middle of 2 snow days, 1.5 snow days, I had to run and take care of the farm, as it were. I'm out of all-purpose flour. Okay. So I faked all-purpose flour by using half gluten-free baking mix and half bread flour. I was like, somewhere in the middle, this is going to work. And the thing is the next time I go to make these cookies, if I use all-purpose flour, they won't taste the same. So now it's like, I done it now, right? Like now for consistency's sake, I have to have those things on hand every time to get the same result.
You done messed up, Ron.
You done messed up, Ron. That's right. So I thought it was a pretty genius substitution in the 11th hour because I was like, I'm not going to the store. The streets are ice. I'm not doing it.
You know what's funny is I just put my truck in 4-wheel drive and I thought, I'm cool, I'm safe. People are getting to the store in their little Mustangs and Corollas and stuff like that. I'm like, well, I guess I just feel like a total
tool.
But I've always been a truck person, so I don't want to hear it. Nuh-uh.
That's okay. I like trucks.
Your dogs are saying, yeah, Steven's right. Trucks are cool. Trucks are way cool.
So the fun thing is they ran outside like they were going to patrol the yard, and then they immediately stopped and they're like, oh God, it's still ice. And they're tiptoeing on it. Like, we really don't seem like tough guys now. They're like,
My Shih Tzu totally got to experience snow for the first time. Yesterday at work, I actually saw him get the zoomies around the pool in the snow, and he was having a blast. He was having a good old time.
Sweet baby.
The only problem is that he crapped on the sidewalk, but it's fine. I get it.
It's easy. It's easier to pick up off of ice, though. To be honest.
Yeah, but everything's melted now. It's just on the concrete.
Steve, I was thinking about those cookies and kind of like your brownie recipe. Like I hope you don't mind me saying this. I think it's really versatile. It's really versatile. Like you can mess with a lot of things in it and it won't mess it up. Like you can kind of make swaps and additions and subtractions. But I was thinking about like, would a normal person at home know to do that? Right? If all of a sudden they were baking cookies, they were using a recipe. I was using a recipe. I didn't create eggless oatmeal cookies. But if they were looking at a recipe, and like you and I have said before, a recipe being a suggestion, a guideline, kind of an outline. If they looked at it and all of a sudden discovered that they only had bread flour, would they know like how to riff on it to make it a cookie? You know what I mean?
Depends on the individual.
Depends on yeah.
Because like there's some people who would do their homework and research and look at all that because they're just truly intrigued by it. And then there are some people who like don't cook or bake or anything like that. And they'd be like, we're just going to substitute it as is because it still says flour on it,
Yeah. So it could have been some really like chewy, hardcore texture cookies.
Yeah.
I think like I'm gonna put this out there for no other reason than I feel like it needs to be said. I feel like AI is evil, but I think this is like one spot where ChatGPT really comes in handy because somebody can just be like, "Hey, can I use this for this?" And then you'll get like 15 answers that are mostly based on you're just using it as a glorified search engine at that point, right? So I think for cooking questions, it's like a really, really good go-to. But I think that maybe your average person wouldn't know how to make that pivot without knowing the fundamentals first. And it's like what I want to talk about today is the 5 mother sauces, the foundational knowledge of the French cuisine, the modern culinary. What do you think?
5 mother sauces off the top of your head.
Bechamel, hollandaise, tomato, espagnole. I always forget one. Veloute. Yeah, that's right. I always forget one.
Sleepy, Dopey,
Doc,
Moby,
Bashful,
Patrick,
John, Paul, George, Ringo. Sometimes Y, and sometimes Y.
Handoff, Harry,
Gimli, Yoda.
Frodo.
Yeah. Greedo. Can't forget Greedo. But yeah, the 5 mother sauces. I think it's important. I don't know that we've ever gone so far back in the culinary basics, but I think it's super important. If we are encouraging people to try new stuff, they kind of got to know how to do the basics, right?
I think we've discussed this, but I like these sauces anyways. I think it was just like we had
a sauces and condiments episode. So yes, we didn't really dive deep.
Yeah.
So Steve, what do you have a favorite of the 5 mother sauces?
My favorite, honestly, is hollandaise because egg yolks and butter. What more do you need?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, do you have any favorite riffs on hollandaise that you like to use?
I mean, I do, but like, I don't get too crazy because I don't remember all of them, But like, I know with like,
I don't mean the classical one, Steve. Sorry, I'm not putting you on the spot. I mean, like, what do you like to do with hollandaise sauce?
I
don't give a crap about béarnaise. Overplayed.
I mean, a little bit, but I like it. No, I mean, I typically
it's delicious.
Yeah, I mean, there's always eggs Benedict, which is a classic, but I also just like it over red meat, or I like it over. That's the only way to really enjoy green vegetables, personally.
Hey, if putting cheese on broccoli makes you eat the broccoli, then it's a healthy choice. That's what I said. I think so. For everybody out there that doesn't know, hollandaise is traditionally served on eggs Benedict. It is a emulsion of egg yolks and butter. Yep. And a little bit of lemon juice. You don't have to use lemon juice. You just need a little bit of acid to start cooking the yolks just enough to get them to grab onto the fat. And so it seems like a really daunting thing to make, but Steve, how many different ways do you know how to make hollandaise?
Let's see. In the blender, on the stovetop, with and without the water bath. So 3 different ways.
Yeah. You learn the basic way in culinary school, which is over a double boiler. It's essentially a bowl over a pot with a little bit of water in it. You don't want it to have too much water because you need space between the bottom of the bowl and the surface of the water to create steam. And that's like a gentle indirect heat method on the bottom of the bowl, right? So there's the double boiler method. I've made it in a RoboCoupe, which that's a fancy word for food processor. I have made it. It's actually a brand, kind of. It's the Kleenex tissue paradox, right?
Yeah.
I've made it in a blender. Have you ever made it by clarifying your butter in the microwave? Because I'm lazy.
I've done it that way, but not very often.
I like whole butter in there for the flavor, but you can also heat the butter in the microwave until it separates, and that's a really, really low effort, low cost of entry way to clarify your butter. So you just have the fat and not the milk solids. It's really just a preference. There's not a right or wrong. Yeah. So one of the hollandaise variations that I like to make is sun-dried tomato. Sun-dried tomato hollandaise is really good with like chicken thighs. Damn.
Almost
so
like
good.
A Choron sauce.
Yeah.
Sauce.
Mm-hmm.
It's pronounced Choron, right?
I think the sauce Choron, yep, that's a
churro sauce.
Churro sauce. Churro sauce. Ooh, can we make churro sauce?
You can make a churro.
Would you? Okay, so now we have to get really culinary, right? Like if you make churro hollandaise, is that just cinnamon sabayon?
I mean, something I would be very willing to eat.
Really? No. Why? What's the difference between
egg yolk
sabayon or zabaglione and hollandaise if you're not making a savory? Not much. Just the sherry or just like the dessert wine that you put in the eggs and then what? Sugar and cinnamon? I want churro sauce on something. Can it be like churroception? Can I dip churros in cinnamon sugar hollandaise? Is that a thing?
Anything's a thing.
Anything's a thing if you just believe. Nobody's ever done that.
I guarantee you someone's done it once. Google it.
I don't want to Google it. I want to use my imagination, Stephen.
Every time I use my imagination, it's been done.
That's okay. All you have to do is do it better.
Yeah. It's like when I thought of foie gras flan. I thought, oh, no one's ever done that before. No, it's been done.
Oh, it's totally been done. There's a place here in town that does foie gras creme brulee, and it is excellent. It's savory. But you don't have to do it first, Stephen. You just have to do it the best. That's
true.
So.
So, are you a bechamel person?
Yes, I love bechamel. Do you like to put nutmeg in yours?
I do.
What about onions?
Onions? Oh, I like it all. Onions go like everything.
A Soubise.
Huh?
A Soubise.
Do you use a bechamel sauce for your mac and cheese?
I do.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. But I'm just a simpleton. Cheese, heavy cream, done. But a bechamel, when it's done right, whether it's going in a mac and cheese sauce or just as is, fantastic.
So for everybody that doesn't know, and I agree, I think there's like not much more delicious than your basic white sauce. For everybody that doesn't know, really, really standard bechamel starts 2 tablespoons of fat of your choice, traditionally butter, 2 tablespoons flour, and then 1 cup of milk is kind of like your standard ratio. Do I measure every time I make one? Nope, because I've been doing by feeling for so long that I could make you 18 gallons in a tilt skillet, or I could make you just enough to have a cup of sauce, and I wouldn't measure either way. Not that measuring is bad. It's just like I don't need to. It starts with a really light roux. Okay, we've talked about thickeners before, so this is a roux. A roux. It's the sound my dogs make. It's so loud sometimes. A roux. Roux. Yeah. If there's sirens around, beware. That's a Greyhound thing. But yeah, bechamel at its most basic is that, and I like a little nutmeg in mine. It's one of the classical touches. But you don't make a roux every single time you make a roux. I can't get over it. Sorry, it's going to become a bit. You don't make one of those things every time you make mac and cheese, Stephen?
Like I said, I'm very simpleton. If I was to make a mac and cheese with a bechamel sauce, I'd be all about it. Yeah, I can guarantee you I would make a really badass mac and cheese sauce. But I'm too scared of like breaking it when you get your mac and cheese super hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I've had it where they don't cook out the flour flavor, and it's just a very floury mac and cheese, and you're like, this sucks.
So one of the things that I love dearly that sometimes has a bechamel base, sometimes has cream cheese, and sometimes has both together is spinach artichoke dip. And there's nothing that I hate more than when you go to a restaurant and that tastes pasty like flour because they didn't cook it all the way. So when we say something like, or when they burn it and you can taste the scorch, that's the worst. When we say cooking it out, what Steven and I mean is that you've let the sauce simmer enough to where the flour is cooked and doesn't taste raw. Some of that happens. Yes. Some of that happens in the actual phase of cooking the roux. Roux. You guys, I can't let it go. And then sometimes it happens, the rest of the process happens while you're reducing that milk or cooking that, cream down essentially because you don't want to cook the roux too hard because you're not making gumbo. So you want it to be nice and blonde. It needs to be a very light roux.
Yeah.
A roux. I can't.
The roux is on
fire. A roux. The roux. The roux is on fire. You need to throw it out and start over if it catches on fire. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah. At that point, it won't be edible.
It is no good anymore.
What about velouté sauce?
Velouté sauce, in case nobody's ever heard of it, the most approachable way you might know this is brown gravy, for lack of a lot of other, for lack of better ways. But usually you see this as chicken velouté, fish velouté, which I do not care for. But it's the same blonde roux and usually like a clear to white to light brown stock. So chicken, fish, or veal are the most the most traditional use. So really you can think of this velouté. I think a chicken velouté is a really great way to start out a chicken piccata, even though it's not traditional.
Interesting.
Because you can just sub out half of that chicken stock for some fresh lemon juice and zest, and then add your capers and butter at the end once you turn the heat off. And it keeps it from breaking and it keeps the sauce from being so greasy rather than using like a butter and lemon based sauce.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
I remember being in hotels and relearning how to make a velouté.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one of the banquet chefs was telling me you need to make this velouté, and I kind of just froze. I was like, refresh me on that because I hadn't made it in years, and so like when they reminded me of just how simple it was to make, I was like, oh yeah, of course, fantastic, simple sauce, really good. I forgot what we put it with, but it was probably like poultry or something.
Yeah, it sounds really, really good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Did you ever do like a Allemande sauce? Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
Allemande.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Where it's got like the veal stock instead. It's got egg yolks, cream, and lemon and all that stuff.
Yeah. So it's not very different from like some people will thicken their mac and cheese sauce on the stove with a couple of egg yolks. So like they'll temper them in there. This one just has like a little lemon juice, but it makes it so velouté in French means velvety. So it kind of just makes it thicker and more velvety.
Makes it velvety.
So if you ever think of like, a chicken gravy is kind of like the closest way to kind of break it down. So if you've never heard of this before, chicken gravy is a really good, even honestly, like a turkey gravy at Thanksgiving, not too far off from this if you thicken it with a roux. All the classic techniques will show themselves in all the different applications because it's kind of like the basis for foundational cooking, right?
Yeah.
So
the least one that I ever messed with.
I got a dog hair in my eye. What?
How was that even possible?
It happened. That's because I'm petting them to keep them quiet, and the fur is wafting. And I digress. Sorry.
I was saying the least one that I ever use is Espanol sauce.
I actually, so I was looking at it earlier in preparation for this episode, and I actually use it a lot more often than I think because I like to make my bolognese for lasagna with this. I like to make a roux and let everything get kind of caramelized in it. Like I do onions, carrots, celery. The Italians will hate this. It's not correct at all. And I use passata, which is like another form of tomato puree. It's just a little bit thinner. It's like a cross between tomato paste and like crushed tomatoes. And then I'll cook the Italian sausage down in that kind of like dark roux with the veggies.
Yeah.
So, and then I'll add beef stock to make it meaty because I don't like that. The thing I don't like about making a quick tomato sauce on the stove is how bright it is. Like that's not what I want. I want like meaty and savory. I want a brighter kind of a more red acidic sauce for things like pizza. So,
Gotcha.
But yeah, I love a good Espanol sauce.
Variations is a sauce chaucer, which is mushrooms and shallots and wine and tomatoes and stuff like that. And right before we got on, my wife was showing me a menu for a restaurant up, and they had chaucer, and so
a restaurant that you guys are going to go to.
I don't know when it opens, but like when it does open, we're looking at the menu, and that's what's one of the sauces, and I forgot how much I love that sauce, so I'm kind of excited.
I like a chicken chasseur a lot, like a leg quarters in that sauce is really, really good, super good.
See, whenever I think of that one, I always think of putting it with like lamb. I don't know why. Because lamb with mint is
it would be good with lamb. It would be good with lamb.
Chaucer is fantastic. But
I think if anybody needs to understand kind of like a true Espanol, you can think of something like ossobuco. That's kind of it makes its own, right? Or braised short ribs if you use a little tomato stuff. Like that's a really approachable, like a really well-known way that everybody might understand what it is. So, and what about the next sauce, Steve?
Tomato?
Mm-hmm.
Tomato.
What is your go-to at home you're making? First of all, do you eat pasta and tomato sauce at all often?
Not
I don't
often.
mean anything by that. I just know that a lot of times you don't eat a ton of carbs in that way. So
yeah, no. I mean, honestly, the most popular one is bolognese.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's my go-to if I was to do like a tomato sauce. But I mean, Creole is always a good way to go too. I'm not a big.
Tell everybody what Creole means in this context.
Well, in this case, it's got like your onion, celery, garlic. It's very Cajun, Louisiana kind of based, if you will, where you also have like peppers and thyme and a little bit.
Do you do green bell peppers?
I do. Bell peppers, I can't eat them raw, but I can eat them like in a sauce or they're cooked down because it always reminds me of like a supreme pizza, if you will. As weird
do they make you gassy, or you don't like them raw?
No. I just don't like them raw.
Oh, okay.
Like they got to be cooked. It's kind of like celery. I can't do raw celery. I can, but I don't want to. But like if it's in a sauce or something like that, I can appreciate it 100%.
You don't like an ants on a log on celery, peanut butter, and raisins?
No.
I saw this amazing. So one of the snow day lunches that I had on Sunday, I was doing a series of small meals like you do when you're cooped up in the house and have nothing else to do. I made a little platter. You're going to hate it. It had dill pickles, green olives, and pickled jalapenos on it. And I was scooping garden cream cheese into Frito scoops and then turning it upside down and picking up one of each thing for each bite. I am a trash panda, Steven. It was delicious and salty and spicy and pickly, and I loved it.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I can't judge you for that. I really can't.
You could. It's okay.
I would do something similar, but I would just have different ingredients.
Not pickles. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was scrolling the social medias like you do, and somebody had made a dirty martini stuffed celery sticks as an app. So they had done like gin and ground juniper, which is like a big flavor component of gin. And they had done like a little toasted rosemary whipped into cream cheese. they had done chives on top, and then they had done thin sliced green olives, and they stuffed all of it in a celery stick, and it looked really good.
Nice.
So, is it the texture for you? The celery raw?
It's the flavor.
It's the flavor. But you like celery seed and celery salt and celery.
Yes. So it's
Stuff like that.
ironic that I don't like raw celery.
I get that. I totally get that. I don't like. I don't want. I'm okay with the fennel flavor in my Italian sausage, but I don't want like shaved raw fennel. I don't care for that. So I totally get that.
I said, I can appreciate it cooked down. I've never been one to eat it just raw, personally. So if I ever eat raw celery, it's because I'm still hungry after eating wings, and there's got to be a lot of ranch,
blue cheese or ranch.
Yeah.
Dude,
but there's something about it when it's cooked down, like in your classic mirepoix. It's magic.
It's totally magical. The only way I use it at home, unless I'm just like in a celery and peanut butter mood, which strikes every once in a while, I always end up buying the entire head of celery stalk. Nope, those are individual. Bunch of celery. That's it. That's the word that I was looking for. I always end up buying an entire bunch, and I peel them to get rid of the strings. So I prepare all the stalks. Like I'll just run a vegetable peeler down it because I don't like the strings because it's like crunchy wet hair. Not a fan. I dice everything and put it in a freezer bag, and I literally use it for mirepoix. That's it. I literally throw it into stir fries and make mirepoix with it. That's all.
Do you ever try to replant the stalk?
No, I don't have time for that. I think I'm on it. Like there's like a no fly list. There's like a no plant list, and like nowhere's going to sell me an indoor plant because I have like a long history of abuses, and like I have deaths. Yeah, there's like a history. I can't I'm probably on a list somewhere that says I'm not allowed to grow stuff. If I had to guess. So
well, we wrapped all our plants, so we'll see what they're still alive after.
Yeah, I let the dogs go out without coats, so I'm probably not allowed to like own like a pothos or anything like that. So,
yeah,
I'm an abuser, Steven, a plant abuser. See, that's going to be a soundbite. It's going to be a problem because there wasn't no context before I said it. So. That's where we're at now. Like, do your worst, internet. But yeah, all right. The tomato sauce. I love to put a little bit of anchovy paste in my tomato sauce when I make it because it's like a little bit of that umami, a little bit of that like, what is that? And it tastes so much better than everybody else's. I can go the completely vegan route too. For that, I like to put like one roasted beet pureed in there. It gives it that earthy umami flavor without the meat. Or I really, really, really love Vegemite into my tomato sauce. Just a little dab will do you.
I still have that one jar of Vegemite in my pantry. I just always forget that I have it.
It won't go bad. So,
and you know what's crazy is I'll eat it just kind of like straight up. I'll just get like a small little teaspoon.
Shut up! No, you don't.
I mean, I haven't done that in a long time. Ever since I got it, I'm like, you know what? That stuff is pretty good.
Like, nobody eats that stuff straight. I still contend with my.
It's good.
Whole wheat bread. It would be even good on sourdough. Like thinly sliced, toasty, warm bread. Little smear of butter, little smear of Vegemite, and thinly sliced apple and drizzle of honey. That's how I like it. So,
see, I just don't think of that. I'm like, let's just eat it as is, smear it on a little bit of some toast. We're good.
No, I mean, I love that too, but I like the salt. I have to have a sweet with salty. So
true.
I just gotta. I think that Vegemite. We got way off track here, but I don't care. We're having fun. I think that Vegemite would be like a really fun way to enhance a caramel sauce. Just a little bit.
That'd be interesting.
It's more depth to a salted caramel.
Yeah.
So you could call it like an Aussie caramel or something like that.
Be willing to try it in some hot chocolate now.
It's a caramel down under.
Potato.
You and the hot chocolate and the sweet potato. Get out of here. I have sauces. When I first got diagnosed with diabetes, I went on a let's buy all the sugar-free things spree because I really thought that was going to be the only option. And now I figured out that sometimes it's just better to have the real thing in moderation. And so there are a couple of things that I really didn't care for. The sugar-free Swiss Miss being one of them. So yesterday, when I was making the cookies, I was like, I wonder if I could make hot cocoa oatmeal cookies. Like anything to get rid of I just need to cut the losses and move on, Steven, because I think the entire box was like $2. But I can't. I'm like, I must use it. Must use it. So I could let myself off the hook and not have to use it, but it's really awful. There are a lot of sugar-free things I like. Diet Coke is amazing. Splenda is pretty great. Sugar-free hot cocoa ain't it. It ain't it.
Wow.
So. I'm just saying.
Now we're gonna have to mess with this. Ugh.
It's not it. So are you gonna make sweet potato hot cocoa? Is that the deal?
That's what we're gonna do here after we wrap up.
Okay.
Like I said, milk, a little vanilla, some sweet potato that's been roasted and sweet as can be, a little bit of some chocolate. We'll add some Vegemite to that too.
Do you have a Ninja Creamy?
What?
Do you have a Ninja Creamy?
What? No.
God, just like I didn't ask if you had herpes. Why the face? God.
Ninja Creamy?
The Ninja Creamy. Do you know what that is?
I guess is to make ice cream.
Yeah. So my bad. It makes pints of ice cream. It mixes them. It has like a soft serve setting and a mix-in setting, and I just think that sweet potato hot cocoa ice cream, and you could put chocolate protein powder in it, would be pretty dope. I'm just saying.
See, now we're getting creative.
Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking, or not cooking because it's ice cream.
Yeah. Now we're.
Steve, have you seen the online trend of the people who bake the sweet potato, cut the end off, and like shove the string cheese down in the middle, and let it melt, and then they eat that, or like a big like Gouda or Swiss or what were they using? Yeah, it looks amazing. I don't have any desire to house a baked sweet potato like it's a croissant, but like, okay, go ahead. Pop off, queen, as the kids would say. Somebody's kids, I don't know who, but yeah. So which of the 5 mother sauces do you think you use the most often since you got out of culinary school? The hollandaise? Yeah. That's your preferred method for asparagus, broccoli?
Yep.
Everything?
Red meat, breakfast.
Red meat?
Sandwiches. Wings, pizza. I do it with everything.
Greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes? Pretty much.
Yes.
Your name? All right. I couldn't resist. Sorry. It's stuck in your head now. It's stuck in your head now.
How about you?
Honestly, it's probably bechamel. Just saying.
Bechamel's good though. I like
it,
those sauces.
It really is. I mean, I think I use that the most. I don't make a traditional. There's not traditional fettuccine Alfredo, but there is like traditional modern day take where it's, cream, and there's nothing traditional about it. There is a traditional Italian way to make it. But when I made fettuccine Alfredo at my house, I was cleaning out the fridge, so I made bechamel and put cheeses in it.
Yeah.
I called it whatever I wanted to call it. It was parm forward, so I called it chicken fettuccine Alfredo. It was not. It was like broccoli cheese pasta, but when in Rome.
In restaurants, we used to do a blue cheese pave, and of course, the base sauce was a good bechamel, and then just add a ton of like caramelized onions, blue cheese, ham to all that.
What'd you serve that with?
Lamb chops, actually.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah.
Blue cheese is so underrated.
Those little tiny lamb T-bones. Yeah, that's what.
Oh, I love those things.
I don't. They're a lot more work. It's almost like a crawfish. All this work for just like a couple small bites of lamb.
I like them because I won't seek them out, but man, every once in a while you can catch like a really good sell.
Yeah.
And so if you're just cooking for 1 or 2 people, you can a lot of lamb for a little bit of money. So
yeah.
Yes. Steve, what are you cooking this week besides hot chocolate, sweet potato hot chocolate?
I was gonna say sweet potato hot chocolate. Apparently,
Like, what are you actually eating? That is a beverage, sir.
Ooh, I don't even know. That's a good question.
So you're trying to purge everything that's in the house, right?
Yep, pretty much.
You have a plan? How are you going about this? Do you have like a list of everything you got? You have a little inventory?
I'm just winging it.
Just winging it? Are there wings involved?
I wish, but no.
I had one last portion of the giant bag of wings I bought at Aldi. So I had a half buffalo, half barbecue situation on Saturday night. It was delicious.
Nice.
So I've started buying and prepping Yukons and russets, a little bit of a mixture, and I cut them into home fries. I grate hash browns. I cut wedges and I cut French fries, and then I blanch and freeze them ready for the air fryer. It's one of the best presents I've given myself in the last month.
Nice.
So, fries on demand. Potatoes on demand, essentially.
I like it.
It just takes a little bit of planning. What am I cooking? When we get off of this thing, because I haven't eaten dinner yet, I am going to make a Korean style stir fry, which is two words that usually don't go together, but I'm going to make like gochugaru, which is Korean pepper seasoning blend stir fry. So a little bit of Pan Asian, teriyaki soy, a little bit of sesame seeds, chicken, stir fry veggies, some of that celery we talked about earlier for the flavor, and then gochugaru gochugaru and a little bit of a bulgogi sauce that I found kicking in the back of the fridge over some jasmine rice. It is a Pan Asian delight, but Korean forward, if I had to choose. So that's what's happening over here.
Well, It sounds like that needs to happen. So
it's going to be delicious.
With all that being said, to all of our listeners, we appreciate you because now we're both hungry.
Yes, starving. So, hey, if you've never tried one of the 5 mother sauces, you should give them a shot. You're going to need them for something eventually. And they're a really good thing to have in your repertoire and a really easy entry into the foundation of cuisine as we know it. So the basics, as it were. So, Steve, we got to go.
Go eat.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
That's a wrap for today. Until the next episode of the Food for Thoughtcast, make good food, eat good food, share it, and be kind to one another.
Thanks so much for listening today. You are part of what makes us special, and we are so glad you joined us. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave a review. Just like food, delicious podcasts are better when you share them with others. Come back for seconds wherever podcasts are served, and we'll catch you in the next episode of the Food for Thoughtcast.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at the Food for Thoughtcast or at www.foodforthoughtcast.com, where you can link to all podcast players, or you can send us an email at foodforthoughtcmc@gmail.com.